Assalamu alaikum, family. This is Ryan X coming to you live. Hope that you all are doing well. Hope that you're having a blessed and wonderful day. This is a day that Allah, God has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Hope that you had a blessed and wonderful weekend and a blessed and wonderful first day of the week, which was Monday, which was yesterday. And the likelihood that you're having one of those days, always, always, always remember this. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. Definitely bear witness to that. So, last Thursday, I think either last Thursday or Friday, there was a tweet that came out on Trump's site, Truth Social, whatever the hell that dumb site is. But there was a that song, "The Lion Sleeps Tonight." It was I guess an ode to the Lion King. Well, that song, but the video, the tweet was an ode to the Lion King, and it had both former President Barack Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama as apes, primates. Yes, had them as primates. Um, when Trump received pushback for it, he said, "Well, I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to apologize. And they're going to apologize for it." You know how Trump is. And even Republicans, even that Sambo Tim Scott said it's one of the most racist things he's seen. Well, I don't know what planet Tim Scott's been living on, but it's not the most racist thing I've seen, but it is racist. And Tim Scott is a lot older than I am, so I don't understand how. Well, but that's another story for another day. But even he condemned it, and Republicans did too. Of course, the Democrats did. But, Trump, being his narcissist, arrogant self, refused to apologize. And, this isn't the first time that the Obamas have been referred to as apes. Not the first time, won't be the last. I remember when he was in office, people were saying that former First Lady Michelle Obama looked like an ape. Her face, her facial features. She looked like a man. She looked like a primate. They made a big issue when she had on a dress or a gown and her arms were out. They made a big issue when Obama wore a tan suit. So, whatever they always refer to them. They refer to them as apes. They sure did. They took shots at their children. Now, a good brother of mine made a great point. Personally, I'm not a fan of Obama. Well, not anymore. I was. But that's before I found out the truth. I found out the truth. I you know, I subscribed to the truth and I was like, "Oh, okay. This guy isn't always what he seemed. He isn't what he seemed, I should say." So, I'm not a fan of the Obamas. Um I think he was a terrible president. We gave him a chance. We get some of us gave him another chance, and what did we get? The LGBTQ plus IA community got more from his administration than we did, and that's a fact. What black people got? We got murdered by the police just about on a daily basis around the country. Um, Brothers and sisters, and nothing happened. There were riots in Ferguson, Missouri, and in Baltimore. Nothing happened. Nine of our brothers and sisters at Emmanuel AME Church in Charleston, South Carolina, were senselessly slaughtered by a devil. Nothing happened. Oh, and then they assassinated our brother, our friend, the great Muammar Gaddafi, and pillaged Libya. So, not only black people here in America, but black people even in Africa. We didn't, we, even though we know he's not over any African nation, but black people over there suffered under Obama too. So we got nothing from the Obama administration. Before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. But that's neither here or there. So I don't want to make this a video about what Obama didn't do. But my point in saying all this was to say this. I don't agree with Obama. I don't like his politics, but that does not mean I won't defend this black man against white supremacy. I will never take the side of white supremacy over a black person, even those I don't agree with or I too much don't care for. I won't do it. We have to stay on code. This is what Dr. Claude Anderson has been telling us for decades. Be one. Be one. Black first. We have to put our differences aside and stand up against the enemy. Even those who may not share my viewpoints, I may not share their viewpoints. We have to come to an agreement and stand against white supremacists and white supremacy. And this is one of those times. And Trump, even his black supporters, they even spoke out against it. They said this is racist. You have to issue an apology. But he didn't apologize. He's standing 10 toes down, or in his case, 10 paws down, or however many paws yeah. He looks more like a primate than Michelle and Barack Obama do. The man looks like an orangutan. He does. The orange hair, his facial features. And that's what I want to talk about. I want to read something to y'all. Give me 1 second. One second. Check this out. I post so much stuff on social media, so it takes me a while to go back and, to my posts, especially when I come on here. I guess I should have had it up, huh? But anyway, just bear with me here. Meanwhile, hit that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button down. Yeah, now check this out. This is something that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us or told us. Oh, let's find it here. But yeah, Trump looks more like a primate than Obama's. He got those thin lips like an orangutan, that hair, that orange hair like an orangutan, how their hair hang over. Yeah. Or they missing hair. Yet we look like monkeys. I always found that interesting. Always found that interesting how we didn't want us to look like monkeys. But you know what? Just crazy to me. And it's played out, you know, well, your people are like monkeys. We don't have thin lips, not razor thin lips like that. Our facial features don't droop down like that. So why can I not find this? Bear with me, y'all. Okay. This is driving me crazy. And I know it's on here. I might have passed it. This is not cool. Oh man, this is not cool. Why can't I find this? Wow. I know Facebook didn't take down the. Oh, there we go. Thank y'all for being patient with me. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. So here it is. It took me long enough. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the monkey is the white man's brother. Y'all ever heard the expression, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle? Not to mention that Trump has features of an orangutan, which I mentioned, but the Obamas are monkeys. White supremacy is a hell of a drug for these devils. So, this is what the most honorable Elijah Muhammad told us. The monkey is the white man's brother. When they try to come back into the fold, because everything comes from black. Yellow comes from black, uh, brown comes from black, white comes from black. Everything comes from the color black. We're the father of the civilization. The black woman is the mother of the civilization. Everything comes Mother Earth. It's the black woman. Everything comes from us. All the colors. So when white people tried to come back into the fold of black people, they had tails. They had tails. And if you look at their features, with the especially down here around their noses, their mouth, it droops down like a monkey. They have real thin lips, like ape lips. And you know how monkeys have those wrinkles around on their face around here? White people have the same thing, especially white women. But yet we the monkeys. This isn't hate teaching. This isn't hate speech. This is truth speech. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Well, yeah, you are a monkey's uncle. You're the brother of a monkey. The monkey is your uncle. Yes, y'all are related. So how dare you call a black man and his wife monkeys when you look like a monkey? Your wife look like a monkey. Talking about the Trumps. How dare you? And then you don't want to apologize for it? That's fine and dandy. One thing I said about Trump, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. It's true. He don't hide his racism. He tell you flat out where he stand. Flat out where he stand. He tell you that. What I don't like are the white liberals, especially the ones out here. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. I voted for Obama. I voted for Kamala Harris. But let you walk around, let your car break down in their neighborhood, particularly in Piedmont out here. Let your car break down in their neighborhood and you walking around looking for help. Police, yes. Hello, police. There's a suspicious black man in my neighborhood. He looks threatening. There's a nigga in my neighborhood. Get this nigga out of my neighborhood. That's what that means. I want you to get this nigga out of my neighborhood. But these are the same people who told you they voted for the Barack Obama both times. They voted for Kamala Harris. They support Black Lives Matter. They support this. They support that. But again, let your car break down in their neighborhood and you're looking for some assistance. They will call the police on your ass. Get this nigga up out of my neighborhood. But yet, they want to sit up here with the kente cloth and talk about Black Lives Matter. It's that covert racism that's a problem because it's so hidden. They beguile they think they're your friends. They beguile you with their well, with their support. And then what really kills me with covert racism is that liberal white people or white liberals always feel they have to be our superheroes, that we can't do nothing by ourselves, that we deaf, dumb, blind, crippling, crazy. And they always come with this, well, life wasn't fair for you. You grew up in the ghetto. You grew up with no dad. Your mom was on welfare. She didn't have an education, and you like you some charity case, and that drives me nuts. Like they have white liberals in particular. They have this white savior complex, superhero. Like they got to put on their cape and save black people, and we know that's a goddamn lie. Because only we can save ourselves. No one's gonna do it. That's why I say the Democrats are just as racist as the Republicans. I can't stand either party. Neither party. They're not our friends. They're not our allies. What the Republicans tell you that, but it's the Democrats that trick us. But like I say, Trump, what you see is what you get. His racism is out front and he's bold with it. I can respect his honesty. I don't respect him as a person, but I respect his honesty. Thank you for showing me who you are. Thank you. I will move over here while you over here. Now I see you. I see how you are. I'm going to move over here. It's like the wolf. The Republicans are like the wolves. You can see a wolf a mile away. Oh, here comes a wolf. Oh, I'm gonna move over here because I know what his intentions are. But it's the fox that's cunning. That's real quiet and subtle. That's the Democrats. They both want to kill us, and we us being the hens. They want to chop our head. They want to take our heads off. But you know that from the wolf. So I'm not surprised this devil don't want to apologize. But it's we've seen this movie before. They even when the Obamas were in office. I don't know if y'all remember. Like I mentioned it earlier in this video, that they were calling them apes. Then they were talking about their daughters, Sasha and Malia. They said that Michelle Obama looked like a man, looked like an ape. They were saying that when she was first lady. They were saying that she looked like an ape. So it's nothing new. But again, like I said a few minutes ago, I will never defend white supremacy against a black person. Never. Even I mean, I care for the other black person. Like I said, we don't share the same viewpoints. They roll in different circles from me. That's fine and dandy. But I will be B1. I will defend them against white supremacy. And we all must do that. Especially now. Because guess what? White people don't always see eye to eye. They don't get along. But one thing they will do, they will stay on code. Asian people. I mentioned this to somebody last week. Um, the Chinese and Koreans don't get along. They don't get along with the Japanese. especially the Japanese and Koreans, because of World War II. Japan had put the Koreans in concentration camps, and they all look down on the Filipinos. They just think Filipinos are just they're considered scum to them among the Asian community. But one thing they will do, if it comes, if it's a situation regarding us where they need to come against us, they're going to defend that Filipino person and have their back against us. That's what they're going to do. They're going to come together with that Filipino person or those Filipino people who they look down on. They're going to unite with them to come against us. I've seen it happen on a couple of occasions. My point in saying all this is that every community sticks together, whether they get along, whether they share the same viewpoint, whether they like each other, it doesn't matter. When it comes to us, they will stick together. They will stay on code, and you cannot be mad at that. It's us, and this is the cold hard truth. It's us who will defend white supremacy against each other. I'm not saying you got to defend somebody's wrongdoing. I'm not saying that. But let us handle it. This is our problem. This is our brother. This is our sister. Let us handle it. You stay out of it. You don't want us to interfere in your affairs, don't interfere in ours. Flat out. So we have to have that mentality. We have to, y'all. And white supremacy know it. They know that they could cause a divide between us. They've been doing it for decades. And they're steady doing it. That's why now more than ever before, we need to be one and stick together. That doesn't mean you have to defend someone's wrongdoing. I'm not saying that. No. No. But don't defend white supremacy against your fellow brother and sister. No, that is ridiculous. It's unbecoming. And Dr. Claude Anderson has been telling us that for years. And he's absolutely right. Every other community stick together. Hell, when it came to dividing up Africa and pillaging Africa, the French and British, they came to agreement on that, and they hate each other, but they came to agreement on that. The British and Germans hate each other, but they all came to agreement on this. Let's take them niggas continent. Let's colonize those niggas. They all came to agreement on that. At the Berlin Conference of 1886, all those European nations, Belgium, Italy, Germany, Great Britain, France, Spain, they don't get along. They've had wars with each other for centuries. The 100 Years' War. They had wars with each other for every country in Europe, particularly in Portugal. The Portuguese, the Spanish, the French, the British, they all had wars with each other at one point, especially during the early Middle Ages and during in the Middle Ages. They all have gone to war with each other. But they unified when it came to dividing up and pillaging Africa. Them devils came together and they sat at the table. They said, we have our differences. We've had our differences over the centuries, and we will continue to, but we're going to put those aside for right now, and we're going to come to an agreement, and we're going to conquer these niggas. We're going to go down there, we're going to divide them up, and we're going to conquer them. We're going to steal their resources. We're going to pillage them. We're going to rape them. We're going to maim them. We're going to kill them. They all came to that agreement. Am I right or am I absolutely right? Check it out. But with us, I don't want to that nigga. Yeah, let them. Yeah, yeah, them white folk. Yeah, let them white folks get them. We something else. We got a lot of work to do, y'all. Again, that was a racist tweet. Um, I'm not a fan of the Obamas. I do not like his politics. I think the man was a fraud, but that's neither here or there. But how dare you, Donald Trump, you orangutan looking clown, call this black man and black woman apes when you look like an orangutan. And your wife do too. So how dare you? I stand with the Obamas on this. You don't hear me say that often on here, but I'm with the Obamas on this. I'm going to defend them on this, and y'all should too because it's wrong. But again, it's not surprising, and Trump is showing you who he is. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us that Trump is peeling the onion of civility. He peeling back the skin of the onion of civility. He's going to take America to hell in a rocket ship. He's showing the true colors. He's revealing it. So it's up to us to pay attention. Hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button down, hit that subscribe button so you get notifications on whenever I do videos on here. Share this video, share it. Let's have the conversation, especially about this. You know, we need to have this conversation, have this discussion. So share this on your platforms. Please share it as much as possible. Support my YouTube channel here and different projects coming down the pike. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thank y'all for rocking with me for all these years. Thank you for rocking with your brother. Thank you for your patience. I really appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I love y'all dearly. And continue to rock with your brother and show me love and support because I definitely need it. I definitely need it. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. So if you're going to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, picking them up, running errands, on vacation, or whatever the case may be, beware and be aware. General Order number 2 for those of us in the Nation of Islam, y'all know what that means. So with that being said, I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day, and I will talk to you sooner than later, inshallah. I'm out. Love y'all much. Assalamu alaikum.